Hello guys, today I would like to share with you things to help you really to become who you really want to be. And no matter who you are today and how you perceive yourself, we always have in mind a better version of ourselves, and we always want to develop our abilities, our skills, ourselves to become better and better. That's just human nature, and we are there for that, to experiment life and to become always better. Okay, so that's really what motivates us most of the time. Okay, so the main idea is to become, I would say, first become the champion you want to be. Imagine, just it's an image very easy, I think, to perceive, and how important it is also to become first who you want to be. Imagine a champion, a big champion. Imagine at the early stage of his practice. He was not a champion at all. He was not as good at all as he is, in the end. Uh, can you imagine that this person would not conceive he could be a champion? How would that be possible for a person to not even think he could be a champion and to become a great champion? He must absolutely first be in his mind the champion. Then he's going to develop the skills. Then he's going to make concrete his vision. I heard sometime an interview of Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's basically one of his big message. He had always had in his mind a very clear image of who he wanted to be, of the level he wanted to reach. Okay, so that's very important. And how to do that? The problem is that, okay, that's great, but how to do it? Okay, you can try to build an image of who you want to be. That's basically that's the main thing to do. But how to do that very concretely? I have three things to help you. Okay, the first is be inspired. Take everything you can, look at what inspires you to reach what you want in your life. Okay, to be the person you want to be. Look at people who look like, who are the kind of person who have the skills, who that really inspires you to become like them in this particular area. Okay, so if you get inspired, you have the kind of emotions that go with them, and that drives you really to create what you want, to go in this direction at least. Okay, that's very important. Instead of looking at what stops you, you always have things that will make you feel uh, not at ease, and more than most not at ease, that it's not possible, I feel it's not for me, I'm not good enough, first I must this or that, do this or that. And it's not, that's completely part of the game. The game is that there are things that are going to feel impossible. Okay, that's for everyone the same, at least if it's a good goal, a good objective. Okay, you're going to feel some things that are going to feel impossible, to overcome. That's part of the game. Once you know that, you can let that go, let that be. I was doing judo competition, and at some point it became very clear that that was part of the game. I have some emotions that pushes me and say, okay, it's not possible, he's very good, you're not good enough, you have to train more. Okay, and once I realized it was completely part of the game, and that the game was to say, okay, I will never let that uh, decide what I'm going to do right now, and to focus on what I wanted, and to develop this aspect, and to focus on that despite all the negative emotions in a way. Okay, once I realized that, and maybe you've done some competition or other things where you realize, that when you are good, you are able to say, okay, I don't let that decide for me, and I decide, I go there because that's really what I want. And so if you are inspired enough, you're going to look at what you want, and you're going to focus on that instead of what you don't want. What you focus on develops, and that's very important. So be inspired. And uh, the second thing clearly is, when you have a negative idea, a negative emotion of, it's not possible, I don't like that in myself, and all negative things, it's okay. Right away, switch to, what do I want? What is the opposite? What is the result I want? And so you come back to focusing on what you want. That's really something that is easy to say, but that really takes time and persistence to change in our life. To right away switch from feelings that are negative for any kind of reason, things that I don't like in myself, and things that seems impossible, seems things of a lot of negative things, and to switch right away to say, as fast as possible, to switch. Okay, what is the opposite? What is that I want? And in a way, get back on inspiration, on things that inspire me. I want to be that. I want to look like this. This is the final result I want. And if you focus on that, you're going to move in this direction. Obviously, you can only move in the direction that you're looking. You cannot go there easily. You can only go there easily because I'm looking at that. So if I'm looking at what I want, I'm going to move in this direction naturally. That's obvious, okay? Not the other way. So switch right away from negative things to what you want. And the third thing is something we hear a lot, but it means a lot also. It's be willing to fail. Doesn't mean that you have to focus on failing. It means that the best way to create new experiments in your life, and obviously to succeed and to build new skills, to do everything you want, it's a way that the best way is by trial and error. You know it. That's the best way to learn new things, to develop skills, to improve, to learn, to develop new things, new personality, everything. So by trial and error, it means that you're going to fail. So be comfortable with that and just know that that's completely part of the process. When you're willing to fail, in reality, you are willing to experiment, to try, and to go in the direction you want, no matter what. With non-negative ideas about what if I go where I want. That's what is important. That's what makes me feel good. Okay, I'm going to fail. That's part of the process. That's good. It means that I'm moving. So first thing, be inspired. How to become the person you want to be. Become the champion before you are the champion. First, be inspired. And look at everything that gets you inspired. Movies, okay? Everything. Second thing is switch right away from negative things that seems impossible, things that you don't like in yourself, to what you like, what you want, okay? And create the mental picture of your result, where you're aiming at, okay? Third thing, be willing to fail, to move. You know that it's by experimenting that you are creating the reality you want. Okay, move, and that means trial and error, and that's the best way and the quickest way to reach your goal. Be great, you deserve it, and you can do it. Okay, talk to you very soon. Bye.